Remember 1960? Remember almost 30 years back when the world gossiped about a royal walk down the aisle for Princess Margaret and a commoner named Jones. They walked for medals at the Summer Olympic Games and remember 1960? Remember almost 30 years back when the world gossiped about a royal walk down the aisle for Princess Margaret and a commoner named Jones. They walked for medals at the Summer Olympic Games in Rome, while in this country, Richard Nixon debated John F. Kennedy for the job of president. And at the UN, Khrushchev tried to stifle debate with his famous fists. Oh, in the football world, welcomed a new team and a new coach from Dallas, but the Cowboys didn't win a single game. Now, 29 years later, will history repeat itself? CBS Sports presents the National Football League as today from Texas Stadium, the Phoenix Cardinals take on the Dallas Cowboys. Texas Stadium has yet to see a Cowboy victory this year. In fact, the Cowboys 0-7, but Eugene Lockhart, their fine middle linebacker, says today is the day. Eugene has promised that the Cowboys will win their first game of 1989 this afternoon. Hi, everybody. I'm Steve Zabriskie, and along with the coach, Hank Stram, we welcome you to the NFL here on CBS. Well, Eugene Lockhart has said the Cowboys are going to win, Henry. What do they have to do to make his prediction come true?
Well, Steve, first of all, you have to understand that Eugene makes that same statement every week. This is the first time he's made it publicly. So if you throw enough stuff up against the wall, something's going to stick. This might be the day. But I think for them to win this game this afternoon, they're going to be blitzed a lot. They have to be able to pick up the blitzes. They have to take advantage of big play opportunities when they come. They have to get at least 3 turnovers, and they must get at least 3 sacks.
Well, as far as Phoenix is concerned, after weeks and weeks of losing player after player, they finally have a couple of guys coming back, which has to be heartening for them. What do they have to do, Hank, to win?
Steve, I think basically they have to run the ball anywhere from 30 to 35 times. I think they have to make 125 yards or more rushing. I think they have to make between 20 and 25 first downs. And they, too, are going to be blitzed a lot, and I think they have to be able to make the big play when the opportunity comes.
Jimmy Johnson looking for opportunity as well, an opportunity to win a game. The Cowboys have lost 9 straight here at home. They have also lost 18 of their last 19 overall, and 24 of the last 29. Gene Stallings, on the other hand, has done a remarkable job considering the fact that there have been only 3 Phoenix Cardinals who have played either starting on offense or defense every game this year. Only 3 of the original starting 22. Roger Ruzek will kick it off for the Cowboys as the Cardinals have won the toss, and they have elected to receive. By Sikahema to the left, number 36. Tony Baker, number 44, to the right. Back to receive, and Sikahema, the guy they'd like to get the ball to. He's averaging over 20 yards per kickoff return this year. Phoenix 3-4. The Cowboys 0-7 as we hit the halfway point of the NFL season. Sikahema at the 7 or 8. To the 30 and run out of bounds near the 35 by Isaac Holt. And a flag goes down after the play on the sideline, and activity continuing after a 26-yard kickoff return.
30 of the kicking team, 15-yard penalty, first down.
So it was Isaac Holt in knocking Sikahema out of bounds who has the penalty tacked on.
And what happens here, really, he hit him above the shoulder pads, got around the head, and knocked him out of bounds, and that's why they call the penalty. You can't wrap somebody in the head like he did on that last tackle.
So Phoenix will enjoy outstanding field position as Gary Hogeboom leads them up. He played last week after missing the game 2 weeks ago with an arthritic elbow, first and 10 at the Phoenix 49. Big hole right up the middle. And Tony Jordan with a good first down gain before Ken Norton stops him for Dallas. 2-A, Newton, Rafferty, Kerr, Wydell, who is starting at right tackle, and Folsom, the tight end for Dallas. And this is the Dallas offense, but it's Phoenix who's on offense. Johnson, Palmer, Martin, and Shepard, you'll see when the Cowboys get the ball. Gain of 9, second down and 1. Earl Farrell, big hole. Outstanding block by Walter Reeves, the tight end, and Robert Williams makes the tackle. It's a Phoenix first down. A gain of 10 for Earl Farrell. Now we'll look at the Phoenix offense with Sharp, Wolf, who's been moved from right tackle to left guard, Connie Kawhi starting at center, Lance Smith and Tootie Robbins back starting at right tackle with Awalt the tight end, Farrell and Jordan the runners, Smith and Jones. No aliases involved, the wide receiver. Phoenix first and 10 at the Dallas 32. Earl Farrell again. And he pushes the pile to about the 28 of Dallas, and we'll check out the Cowboys defense. Jones, Hamill, Broughton, and Jeffcoat, the front four, and they, with Ed Jones starting, there's a story there. Del Rio, Lockhart, and Norton, the linebackers, and about the only part of the defense that's kind of the way they want it. Walls, Williams, Horton, and Albritton in the backfield with Bates and Hendricks coming off the bench. Too Tall is going to be benched by Jimmy Johnson, and the fans' outcry is so strong that Ed Jones is back in there. Rookie Tony Tolbert was going to start, but Jones coming up on 200 consecutive starts. And Billy Broughton jumped prior to the snap. So the penalty should be on Dallas.
You know, one thing is very obvious, Steve. You listen to this call.
Dale Hamer, the referee today.
Encroachment, number 60, the defense, 5-yard penalty, still second down.
Well, they called it on Dean Hamill.
Cardinals are using a tight end from side to side, which means that the linebackers have to switch with a tight end, and that's creating some kind of a problem for the Dallas.
Jordan, maybe a yard. Vince Albritton and Eugene Lockhart bring him down. Lockhart, the leading tackler. And it's close enough for the officials to call for a timeout to measure. And apparently it's now not going to be measured. It's been decided it is not enough for the first down.
I'm just going to ask you if he had some carries this morning to determine whether that was a first down or not.
Well, it's a yard short, so it's 3rd and 1.
Look at that right side.
And it's Carroll hit behind the line of scrimmage. Cowboys with great penetration. Ken Norton and Ray Horton both getting in there right in the backfield.
He had a good shot to the right side, a big hole there, but he went up the middle. Horton, number 20, comes through there and makes the tackle. Look at the late hit by Horton. And Norton, number 51, got the first shot.
So Del Greco on to attempt the field goal. It'll be a 40-yard attempt. Tom Tupa will be doing the holding with Connie Kawhi at the center. Tupa will put it down right on the 30. And now Del Greco bangs it right on through there, and the Cardinals, who started with outstanding field position, get 3 here early with 11:23 to go in the first quarter. Folks in Dallas are happy that the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders are still wearing the same outfits they've worn for a number of years. There's the big brouhaha when new owner Jerry Jones wanted to change the outfits to something skimpier. I don't know how you could get a whole lot skimpier, Henry.
I'm not going to comment on that.
Del Greco to kick it off after making the 40-yarder to give Phoenix a 3-0 lead. Shepard and Dixon are back deep. It's Derek Shepard at the 5. Shepard runs into his own man and gets a little help from Ron Burton in the process. So Dallas will start 1st and 10 just outside their 25. 22-yard return. Steve Walsh. Steve Walsh, the rookie, who along with Troy Aikman has shared the quarterbacking duties, but Aikman still bothered by that bad hand. 2A Newton Rafferty back. Kerr, Wydell starting at right tackle and Folsom the tight end. Darrell Johnston, the rookie at fullback, with Paul Palmer recently acquired. Martin Shepard, the wide receivers, Fox and Dixon off the bench. Walsh rolling away from the pressure. Incomplete. He was intended for number 80, Bernard Ford. Tim McDonald, the strong safety, was there. Freddie Joe Nunn back after a 30-day suspension for violating the league's substance abuse policy. Sadler, Galloway, and Wilson, the front four. Bell, Hill, and Harvey, the linebackers for Phoenix.
Cowboys facing second down.
In the secondary, it's Mac, Taylor, Zordich, whose wife had a baby last night, McDonald. Turner and Downs. Of course, Michael used to be with the Cowboys, the extra DBs for the Cardinals. Palmer's first carry goes nowhere. Anthony Bell, in his 4th year out of Michigan State, standing right in the backfield as if he was going to take the hit.
Well, he was blitzing on the play from his outside linebacker position, went right up the middle and made the tackle right in the hole. A great blitz, a great call by the Phoenix Cardinals.
Here's Freddie Joe. And when he walked into the locker room of the Cardinals, he received a standing ovation upon his return by his teammates. 3rd down and 14. Dallas at their own 22. Underthrown. Intended for James Dixon, who was open, and Jay Taylor, a rookie from San Jose State, was covering him, but Walsh didn't get the ball there.
And Walsh really was able to step up into the pocket. Freddie Joe Nunn that time went up the field, made an outside rush. He was able to step inside of that, throw the ball downfield, but didn't hit the man like he should have. Bad pass by Walsh.
So Mike Saxon on the punt, and by Sikahema second in the NFC behind Deion Sanders as far as punt return average is concerned, standing at about his own 35. Saxon drives it, Sikahema comes up, takes it to 44. Into Cowboy territory, and down at the Cowboy 44 in the grasp of Bill Bates. A 34-yard punt, a 12-yard return by Sikahema, and Phoenix still leads it 3-0. With his back to us and the jacket on is Troy Aikman, as Babe Laufenberg and quarterback coach Jerry Rome talk. Aikman still out with his broken left index finger, did take some snaps prior to practice this past week, but he although he says he'll be back next week, it remains to be seen.
Yeah, he was very emphatic about the fact that he would be back next week.
Cardinals leading 3-0. First and 10 at the Dallas 44. Fake to Jordan. There goes a long pass down the middle, incomplete. It was intended for Ernie Jones, and he was very well covered by both Ray Horton and Robert Williams. They call him Indiana Jones, Ernie, because he played at the University of Indiana. Makes sense to me.
I guess it does, but I think the pass protection makes a lot of sense, too, to Hogaboon. He had a lot of time to throw the ball that time, but the defense guessed right. They double covered the receiver.
Officially from the 43-yard line, second down and 10. Earl Farrell on the delay, has a blocker, has a first down. Out of bounds near the 25. A 19-yard gain.
And that play's called counter tray. Watch the guard, the right guard, Lance Smith, pulling on the play. Farrell takes a stutter step to the right, so he gives the guards and tackles a chance to move around the hole. And look at Smith get a good block downfield. He's carrying the ball away from pressure, is able to use a little bit of a straight arm, and a great run by Farrell, number 31.
So it's first and 10, Phoenix at the Dallas 24. Farrell again almost lost a handoff and tripped up as he crossed the line of scrimmage for a gain of 1.
You know, that play really was designed to read and go outside. Dallas is playing a four-man line with linebackers in tight. It looks like it's vulnerable to the outside. He was supposed to read it and jump outside. I think he saw a little room inside and decided to take it, but it wound up being the wrong decision.
Gene Stallings, in talking to him last night, told us that they felt that they could get outside on Dallas because of the lack of good containment on the part of the Cowboys defense. Now Jordan's back in the game at running back. Complete to J.T. Smith, hit immediately by Vince Aldrin. And J.T., the league's leading receiver, picks up yet another reception, his 55th of the year.
The amazing thing about it is that J.T. Smith has a sponge and a glove on his left hand. The back of his hand is injured. Got a nerve back there, but he still was able to catch the ball. I talked to him on the field before the game, and he said that it's not going to make any difference. I'll still be able to catch the ball without any problem, and I guess he can.
They've got a hard cast on the back of his hand so that his hand cannot be bent backwards. He did break a bone or two last week against Atlanta. Third down from the shotgun. Hogaboom with lots of time completing it to Ernie Jones, out of bounds near the 10. Vince Albritton, the strong safety, again made the play, and it's a gain of 9 and a Phoenix first down.
And here again we see it as the quarterback sees it. Look at they're squeezing the inside to make sure they get good pass protection. He's able to step and throw. Jones makes an outside move and catches the ball in his hands. He doesn't catch it against his body, catches it in his hands, and finally he gets knocked out of bounds.
Sixth play of the drive. It's first and 10 at about the 10.5. Jordan trying to get outside, and he gets down to about the 8 before Kent Norton and Ed Jones bring him down.
Jones did a good job of reacting. That was the play we were talking about a moment ago. He was trying to read the block of the tackle and try to get outside, but Jones, with that long reach, got a piece of him and made him stumble, and he finally got hit by Norton, and that was the end of that play.
And you can see that Phoenix has done a good job when they get inside the 20, scoring at least a field goal 14 of the 17 times this year. Second down. Smith overthrown. Good coverage by Robert Williams, that even though J.T. is complaining that he was interfered with.
Defended by number 23, Robert Williams.
Now it's bump and run, and watch Smith. He's going to try to go to the outside into the end zone corner. The ball has to be thrown over the outside shoulder, but Williams really covers the thing perfectly. No chance whatsoever to make the catch. The ball's thrown a little bit too high and flies out of the end zone, but the coverage on Williams is very good.
Third down and 7.
Phoenix can get a first down at about the 1.5-yard line. They are just inside the 8. They lead 3-0 here in the first quarter. The nickel package is in for both teams. Bloom again all day. In and out of the hands of Smith. And maybe, Hank, JT's cast came into play on that play.
Well, I think what will happen here, he's on the outside running a quick post. Bump and run. He goes to the inside, and of course he's got him licked. Williams, the ball was thrown perfectly. He just drops the ball. It looks like the hand didn't have anything to do with it. It looked like he hit him in the shoulder pads a little bit and bounced right out of there. That's really what happened. Normally he sucks those up like he's got a package sweeper in his hand.
So Al Del Greco in again for another field goal, and this one, a 25-yarder, is good. Del Greco has done all the scoring with 7:34 remaining in the first quarter. Phoenix enjoying field position and a 6-0 lead. J.T. Smith might feel that the cast had something to do with it. He's asked for a little adjustment to be made on the apparatus that he is wearing as Del Greco kicks off. Phoenix leading 6-0. And it's Dixon. Number 1 in kickoff returns out across the 30. Dixon averaging 26.5 yards per return as J.T. Smith is going to go to the locker room. And during the timeout before the kickoff, JT came over, immediately stripped the weightlifting glove that he's wearing and was talking to one of the trainers or equipment people about something that he could do differently.
Now we get another look at the pass that was dropped, and I still think that had the ball been thrown out in front and he tried to catch it, then that would have been something else again, but the ball was thrown right up against his body, and I think really he just missed the ball. That's all that happened. Might have had something to do with the cast, but he still should have caught it.
Dallas first and 10 at their own 31. Walsh gets it away, completing it to Derek Shepard. Shepard blasted out of bounds at the 45 by Taylor and Zordich. A 14-yard gain and a Cowboy first down.
And one thing about, or three things really, about the Cowboys is very dangerous. Shepard is very dangerous. Martin is very dangerous. And, of course, Palmer, anytime he gets his hands on the ball, look out. He can gin anytime he gets a chance to get his hands on the ball with a pass or a run.
The recent signees for Dallas, Dixon, Shepard, and Palmer, have already paid off. Here's Paul Palmer, but nowhere to go. Phoenix again with the penetration led by Carl Wilson, the left defensive end, and run support from Tim McDonald, the strong safety.
Here we see the push, the charge of the defensive line of the Cardinals. They get a good push right up front. They force him to go outside, and they get a leak from the backside. And a good illustration of game tackling on the play.
Second down and 9. In and out of the hands of Kelvin Martin. A little bit behind him, but again, a catchable ball. And it'll be 3rd and 9.
There again, that kind of a ball when you're coming across the middle, that ball has to be thrown about a yard out in front of the numbers so he can catch it in stride and run. Anytime you throw it behind him like that, that's a very, very difficult play. And the worst thing about it was he had plenty of time to catch the ball, to throw the ball. Good protection. It looks like it hit him in the shoulder pads and bounced out of there, Steve.
So it's 3rd down and 9. Walsh has completed only 1 of 4 so far. And he has time. Knocked away at the last second by Lonnie Young, who was just activated yesterday. Now, the Michigan State got a hand on it at the last second. So the punting unit on for the Cowboys.
Great anticipation on the part of Lonnie Young, number 43. The ball's in the air, and there you see him leap in front. No damage on the receiver whatsoever. Makes a great play on the ball and knocks it down. A good play by Lonnie Young, number 43.
So Saxon will kick it to Vi Sikahima. At about his 10. And a much better kick this time as he turns it over, and Sikahima's going to let it bounce. And it's going to be down inside the 2-yard line. Junior Toddlatasi down there to down it after a 52-yard punt. Downed at the 2 by Toddlatasi. 6:22 left to go in the first quarter. Phoenix leading 6-0, but they're now 98 yards away.
Ball down by Junior Toddlatasi. First quarter, New Orleans 7, Atlanta 9.
You know, Sikahima did a good job of letting the ball bounce that time. I think he has it predetermined when he's on the 10. If it goes over his head, he's got to let it bounce, especially on synthetic turf.
So the Cardinals having the ball down at the 2-yard line. First and 10. Jordan getting about 3 to the 5. Eugene Lockhart and Ken Norton on the tackle. We talked earlier about how few people Phoenix has had play. And here are the offensive starters who have played all 8 games now. Luis Sharp, Lance Smith, and the tight end Rob Awald. The only 3 guys that have played every game.
And the way this team is playing, I think it's a great compliment to Gene Stallings and his coaching staff. They've done a great selling job on this football team because they come out every week, give you the best, and they come out every week thinking they've got a chance to win.
Second down and 7. Earl Farrell, maybe a yard or 2 to the 7 is all. We're in Texas Stadium on a cool, cloudy day here in Irving, Texas, between Dallas and Fort Worth. Steve Zabriskie and Hank Stram, where field position has been the story of the game so far. Phoenix enjoying it for the most part until Junior Toddlatasi down the 52-yard punt by Saxon at the 2. But the Cardinals lead on 2 Al Del Greco field goals, 6-0. It is third down. 5 yards to go. Complete. And a first down at the 21 as Ernie Jones makes the reception and holds on. Well, Vince Albritton smacks him, a gain of 15.
Hogaboom does a good job of looking off the defenders. He looks to his left to the slot side first. It's a kind of a high pass, and then he goes back to the right side. Good pass protection again, and throws it right inside. A beautiful shot at the numbers on an inside pattern. A beautiful throw by Hogaboom.
Ernie Jones, when they double up J.T. Smith and really put the hurt on you. He has, in the words of J.T. Smith, all the tools. Earl Farrell getting a couple. Eugene Lockhart with the tackle.
Talking to Hogaboom yesterday, we asked him what he felt about his ability and skill and development and growth at this stage of his career. He said, well, I'm a lot more mature, a lot more patient. I don't throw the ball nearly as hard, but I can throw it hard when I have to. And that time he threw a frozen rope on the inside. It had to be thrown hard because he threw a fastball inside to Jones.
Again, good protection. J.T. Smith does not hold on. Juggling the ball as he went out of bounds. Ken Norton and Robert Williams over there. So it'll be third down.
And here again, now this kind of a ball can be a problem. It's up above his head. And with that cast down, there you are. That can be a problem, although it looked like he might have had a chance to catch it and dropped it on the way down as he got tackled.
JT entering today, leading the NFL. And his 34th birthday this afternoon. Third down and 8. 6 DBs in for Dallas and 4 wide receivers for Phoenix.
Looks like they're going to come after him. There they go.
Phoenix picks it up, but Hogeboom can't find anybody open. A flag down, and so is Hogeboom at the 20. Manny Hendricks and Willie Prouton, and it's against Phoenix holding.
You have to give the defense a lot of credit that time for coverage on the play. Now watch the blitz. Mannix is coming from the outside. He's trying to do a little soft shoe back there, trying to escape the pressure, but he's finally tackled there. Manny Hendricks, number 45, in on the blitz.
So Rich Camarillo will punt for the first time today, averaging just under 43 yards a kick. And Derek Shepard, who ran a punt back 56 yards for a touchdown this season already, is at his own 30. Camarillo drives it out of there. Shepard at the 31. To about the 37. And that's all Michael Zorich and Ron Wolfley, special teams specialists down there. A 49-yard punt and a 6-yard return. Wolfley, one of the more popular players in the Valley of the Sun for his work on special teams. He certainly also has been honored by the NFL.
One thing you have to make sure that you do whenever he's in on specialty teams, you must make sure that you block him. He's the key guy as far as coverage is concerned, and he hasn't made that Pro Bowl team for not making tackles.
Don Holmes is injured on the play and is being attended to. Bring you up to date of scores of other games. And the Rams and the Bears are just underway. Detroit leading Green Bay early. Divisional battle. Tampa Bay and the Bengals are tied. Houston out in front of Cleveland. Others trying to rebound. Pittsburgh leading Kansas City. Steelers 2 trying to come back. Buffalo leading Miami in the second quarter. Indianapolis over New England in the first. And New Orleans leading Atlanta in the first. Holmes up under his own power. Out of Mesa College in Colorado. Now in his fourth year in the NFL. Shaken up, but appears to be all right. First and 10, Dallas. Paul Palmer caught in the backfield again. Ready Joe Nunn. He has been in there so far on numerous occasions. The first time he's really had a chance to make a play.
None that time, number 78. Coming for it's a counter play with the guards pulling. Watch him, number 78, get penetration inside of the tight end, gets into the backfield, slows the play down, and helps make the tackle. Hill also in on the play, number 58.
And the sun has broken through. On second down, Walsh under pressure, completing it to Dixon at the 45. Not enough for the first down, but a gain of 12.
Top of the screen here, Dixon. Look at all the room on the outside. Makes the comeback play. The defensive back slips and falls in the process of trying to come back on the ball. That was Jay Taylor, and he makes the catch, and it's a first down for the Cowboys.
Third down, 3 yards to go. Tipped away at the last second by Anthony Bell. Second time that Phoenix has come up with a big third down play on pass defense. Turned back the Cowboys.
Apologize there, Steve. I thought they made it first down with a catch.
They made 12, but they needed 15. So Saxon on again. And by Sikahema back.
Interesting to watch the kickers. They're back there 15 yards, but they actually kick the ball from about 10 yards deep. And if you're going to block it, that's where you have to aim. About a half a yard in front of where he kicks the ball, which is close to the 10.
He booms another one. Sikahema lets it go, and it bounds into the end zone and then out. A 55-yard punt. And they'll bring it out to the 20, but a flag goes down at the end of the play.
Illegal substitution, number 45, the kicking team. Penalty is refused. First down.
So there will be a touchback, 1st and 10 at the 20 as an illegal substitution. Penalty is refused. You talk about Jerry Jones and the new regime here in Dallas with Jimmy Johnson, Hank, and I guess it's no surprise that Jimmy Johnson is the coach because he and Jerry Jones go back many, many years, even to 1960, the first year of the Cowboys. They were together in high school. They both then went to the University of Arkansas. Teammates. First down, Jordan. Good blocking by Farrell. And Jordan gets out to about the 28. Vince Aldred with the tackle.
And talking to the coaches of the Cardinals, they indicated that they thought they could get outside. As we talked about it earlier against that 4-man line with the linebackers inside, you hook the outside man, you've got a good chance to make yardage, and that's exactly what happened on that last play.
Another big first down game in the waning seconds of the first quarter. So it's 2nd down and 3. Farrell. Earl Farrell is stopped short at about the 29.
Surprised they ran that time to that side. It was an undershift to defense with all the folks there. The hole really was to the right side. They ran left and they didn't make the necessary yardage. It didn't look like for the first down.
Eugene Lockhart and Dean Hamill waiting for him. And the Cardinals are going to let the clock run out here at the end of the first quarter as Hogaboom will come over to the near sideline. And that is the end of the first quarter, with Phoenix leading Dallas 6-0. The ever-changing skyline of Big D and a constant Dallas Cowboy cheerleader.
And the other thing that's constant is the fact that the Cardinals are running the ball. They've had the ball 8 times on 1st and 10, have run 7 times of the 8, averaging 4.3 on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 Cardinals. Their own 29, they lead, or 3rd and 1, I should say. They lead 6-0, and Hogaboom in the grasp of Jim Jeffcoat back inside the 20.
Now this is a play-action pass. We watch Lance Smith pulling, and he doesn't get Jeffcoat. And as a result, Jeffcoat gets the penetration and gets the sack on the quarterback. It's a tough block for the right guard to pull all the way across the formation and try to trap that defensive right end, in this case, Jeffcoat. Almost impossible to do.
Camarillo to punt. That was the 2nd sack for the Cowboys. Derek Shepard back at his own 30. High hanging punt. Shepard does not call for the fair catch at the 35. Tripped up as he crosses the 40. Ilya Jaraschuk will tackle a 44-yard punt and a 7-yard return. So the Cowboys, who have not had the football much in the first quarter, Phoenix controlled the ball for 11 minutes. Dallas had it in only 4. 11 new players since the opening day of this season, 13 new players since they had minicamp, and 23 different players since the opening game of last season on the Dallas Cowboys. Transition may be an understatement when you're talking about the Cowboys. Total change, more like it. Ball Palmer. Run out of bounds on the far side by Michael Zordich, free safety, who got here very late last night Michael's wife gave birth to a 7-pound, 7-ounce first child at 12:30 a.m. this morning in Scottsdale Hospital, and they named him Michael Vincent Zorgich. Second down and 10. Palmer has carried 4 times for a -8 yards. Shepard wide open at the 41 of Phoenix. A gain of 17.
Now watch what happens. Watch the cave-in on the left side of your screen. Everybody come to the inside. Look at the big hole, a passing lane to throw the ball inside. Look at it, right on the money, and it's a first down for the Dallas Cowboys. But the key again, the outside rush went way outside. Everybody else went inside. A big passing lane for the quarterback, Steve Walsh.
First and 10, Dallas. Play action. In and out of the hands of Dixon. James trying to turn it upfield before he gathered it in. Cedric Mack had the coverage.
Very simple case of trying to run before you make the catch.
Dixon, a rookie out of the University of Houston. And he and Shepard, along with Palmer, have really given the Cowboys, Hank, a little different dimension.
Yeah, they have, and of course the nice thing about it is they have good speed, and that's what you're always looking for at that outside position, some lightning.
An extra wide receiver in the game for Dallas. And a draw play to Palmer. Breaks the tackle. Near a first down at the 31. Finally brought down in the secondary by Turner and the McDonald.
Freddie Joe Nunn has a chance to make the tackle. Now he looks to take a stutter step to the right, trying to run inside. He sees the inside, takes advantage of it. Nobody blocks Freddie Joe Nunn. Nunn misses the tackle. He runs through his arms and finally makes a nice gain on the play.
Walsh on first down. It's to Palmer. And Palmer dances out of bounds inside the 25. And again, Cedric Mack on him.
He's such an exciting player, and he can score from any place from the field. You have to give him the ball. Sometimes he's not going to make yardage, but the next time he might break one all the way. And the same with throwing the ball to him. You must throw the ball to him in the flats, make a linebacker try to cover him, and it's very difficult for a linebacker to do that and make a tackle in the open field.
Palmer had a 63-yarder against Kansas City running from scrimmage last week. He came into the game in his first game with Dallas, averaging over 9 yards a carry. And he has it again, but he's got Freddie Joe Nunn, too. Back at the 30.
Freddie Joe was very, very happy to get back in business and play here again this afternoon. One thing about him, he's got good fresh legs. Watch him now, number 78 on the right side of your screen. Here he comes. Gets the penetration again, but he's quick. The big thing about it is he's quick coming off the line of scrimmage. Comes to the inside as there's a pulling lineman to the inside. Gets the penetration, goes on the inside of Newton, and finally makes the tackle.
It looked like Nate Newton was trying to stay off of him and had a chance to put him right on the ground. Third down and 8. 4 wide receivers as Walsh goes to the shotgun. Complete to Kelvin Martin. Martin has a first down at the 19.
Walsh showed me something there that time, Steve. Really, the corner was blitzing on the right side. He had a good feel for pressure. He didn't see him coming, but he felt him coming, stepped up into the pocket, got rid of the ball quickly, and got the ball to the outside. But it showed a lot of poise and a really big league play by the quarterback, Steve Walsh.
He had Cedric Mack coming hard, got it away. Dallas hasn't been inside the 20 much, but they also have done well when they have been here. First and 10 for the 19. Palmer trying to run inside. He gets a couple before he's pushed back.
they're putting Farrell on the wing on that particular play. Palmer's up back there all by himself. They're sending Farrell down the line of scrimmage like a guard or a tackle, trying to block on the inside man. They run that about 3 times and had pretty good success. Not that much on that last play, however.
Jerry Rome, who used to be upstairs in the press box, and David Shula, the offensive coordinator, was on the sideline. They have switched. You saw Jerry Rome signaling in to Steve Walsh.
That signal didn't indicate that his pants were falling down. He was just trying to give the signal to the quarterback.
Palmer again, squirting through a little hole inside the 15. Cowboys passing the ball down here and then going to the run as they got inside the 20. Eric Hill and Tim McDonald made the stop. We have 10 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the first half. Phoenix is leading 6-0. Dallas with its first sustained drive of the day.
Somewhere along the line in this game, the way both defenses are pursuing and reacting to the linebackers inside, some kind of a counter play, some kind of a reverse will be very effective.
3rd down, 3 yards to go. Walsh under pressure, dumps it off, but it's incomplete. Ken Harvey, coming from the linebacker spot, was right on top of him.
And the Cardinals, like most teams in the league, they have a tendency to blitz a lot. Once you get inside the 20, they play a lot of zone and a lot of variety of things on the way down to the 20. But inside that 20-yard line, they're going to blitz, and that was a blitz in the last play with Harvey creating a problem for Walsh, the quarterback.
So Roger Ruzek, who's made only 2 of 6 field goals this year, his longest has been only 33 yards, will attempt a 31-yard. Saxon, the punter, is a holder. And he pushes it to the right. Dallas, after a 10-play drive, comes up with nothing, and Jimmy Johnson's frustrations continue, as do those of kicker Roger Ruzek. Field goals and field possession. Field goals both made and missed, and Phoenix has had the best of it with both field possession, and they've made 2 field goals. Dallas has missed 1. And Henry, so far, it's been a frustrating game, I think, really for both teams. They haven't been able to do what they wanted to.
Well, the frustration really comes when you have an opportunity to get good field position and have 3 opportunities to get touchdowns, talking about the combination of both teams, and you have to come away with 3 field goals, 2 of which were made, 1 missed. You know, you got to dislike that very, very much as a coach.
So it's still 6-0 Phoenix, and the Cardinals have it 1st and 10 at their own 20. Ruzek, whom you saw there, has now missed 4 straight field goals. In and out of the hands, and incomplete. Intended for Jordan. Ron Burton is Indians roster right there. Ken Norton, I should say.
I think both teams are very cautious from a passing standpoint. They're both trying to throw the ball short and underneath. I think they have to get the ball up the field some just to loosen that defense and make them sweat a little bit, make them react and realize that the ball will be thrown long on occasion.
And they have not done that. Quick out again. Jordan appeared to make the catch, but virtually no gain.
And that play, Steve, as you know, is an automatic. He might call a running play in the line of scrimmage, and then he looks out to the receiver, and the receiver looks at him, which means that he's going to just throw the ball, and nobody else knows what he's going to do except the quarterback and that receiver. That's what happened on the last play. But the defensive back, Williams, reacted very, very well, and of course, along with that, Jordan dropped the ball.
Phoenix did that quite a bit last week against Atlanta because of the cushion that Atlanta gives the opposition on defense, and Dallas appeared to be very, very prepared for it. Novacek in motion on 3rd down and 10. For Novacek, is it complete? No, out of bounds, and the Cardinals can't believe it. Hendricks had the coverage. Novacek made the catch, but he had to have both feet inbound.
And I think what Phoenix is thinking is that had he not been hit from the defensive back, he would have been able to land inside with both feet in bounds. But I think they feel Hendricks pushed him out of bounds, and the catch should count. But evidently the official didn't think he could come down with both feet in bounds, and that's why they didn't make the play.
So it's 4th down, and Rich Camarillo is on again to punt. Derek Shepard again is back. Low snap, but handled well. And a driving punt. Shepard not taking the fair catch, even though he had a Cardinal right in front of him. What a play by Derek Shepard. A 17-yard return after nothing.
Look at the catch he makes. The concentration, even though the would-be tackler was right there to make the play. Turner was right there, and he should have made the tackle. It was a terrible tackle on the part of Turner, number 23, but great running by Shepard.
9:03 left in the second. Thanks to the exciting 17-yard punt return by Shepard, Dallas starts with their best field position of the day at the Phoenix 49. Walsh has time, throws into double coverage, and has it knocked away from Kelvin Martin by Jay Taylor.
Pass intended for Kelvin Martin.
Watch, they got a slot on the right side. They got a man short and a man deep, linebacker covering the inside receiver man for man. And in spite of that, he threw the ball right into double coverage. And talking to Walsh yesterday, he said the one thing that I do best, I think, is throw the ball to the right receiver. That time, he threw the ball to the wrong receiver.
It appeared as if Derek Shepard was open, but he went to Martin, so it's 2nd and 10.
Blitz.
Wilson right in his face, and he gets it away to Palmer, who drops it. So it'll be 3rd and 10.
Watch the blitzers coming in. Zordy's 38 comes in. Right up the gut. Both of them are coming outside pressure also. Walsh, you have to give him a lot of credit. And look at the great hit there by Zordich, number 38. Terrific shot. But you have to give Walsh a lot of credit. Here again, he knew the blitz was coming, and he knew that he had to get clear of the ball quickly, and he did.
Now he's faced with a 3rd and 10. Looking long. Underthrown. Martin can't hold on. Cedric Mack right there with him, and Jay Taylor on the other side battling for the ball.
Fourth down, 10.
Now, Walsh is not a scrambler, but he moves well and has a good feel for pressure. Look at that. He felt the pressure on the outside, jumped into the middle of the pocket, had a good passing lane, threw the ball downfield, and again, double coverage on the play.
Mike Saxton on the punt on 4th and 10, and Vi Sekahima standing down at his 10. Sekahima calls for the fair catch and takes it at about the 8. Eddie Hendricks right We're at Texas Stadium in Irving, Texas. Steve Zabriskie and Hank Stram bringing you the NFL on CBS with 8:39 left to go in the second quarter. Phoenix leads Dallas 6-0.
Tickets for all remaining Cowboys home games are on sale today.
In what has been a lackluster first half, the Cardinals have a 6-0 lead. Dallas with an opportunity to shut them down deep in their own territory.
It looks like they ought to be able to throw the ball to the tight end somewhere along the line. They haven't done that so far.
They give it to Baker. Tony Baker trying to get outside. Gets a couple to the 10 as well. Too tall over there.
You know,
Others.
on that kind of a play, Steve, if you don't start to get upfield right about where the numbers are, and you try to get outside beyond the numbers, not very often will you get outside and get up the field and make any yardage on that kind of a play, especially when you start the right halfback's position and go all the way across the formation to the other side of the field.
One of the reasons is the defense can use the sideline as help, extra focus. Run out of room. Ogleblum on second down, fires complete to J.T. Smith. And J.T. has a first down at the 20, covered by Eugene Lockhart and Robert Williams. It's a gain of 11.
J.T. Smith's a great competitor. Talking to Stallings yesterday, he said, you know, he got hurt in one of the games, and he suggested that he stay out because he didn't want him to aggravate the hand. And the next time they had the ball, without even saying anything to him, he just ran right back out in the field and went back to work and played the rest of the game.
Didn't even know he had a broken hand until he re-injured it last week against Atlanta. Fake to Farrell. Complete to J.T. again. Lockhart again makes the tackle at the 32. J.T., the oldest starting wide receiver in the NFL now at 34 today.
Look at Walls. You know, he pretends he's a... he plays a lot of games with that flanker and receivers. He looks to the inside like he's not interested, like he's very nonchalant, but he knows exactly what's happening, where he is, and how he's going to cover. But he's trying to be as deceptive as he possibly can be.
Well, when you're up against J.T., who now leads the NFL with 57 receptions, you might want to pay a little closer attention. Earl Farrell. Jack Del Rio stands him up and waits for help as Farrell at 250 pounds would be low. Well, JT, even with the broken hand and unable to get him out of there, already this year has 4 100-yard games receiving. Here they are. He has a shot, of course, today at picking up yet another one. He's on a good start anyway to it.
And if he doesn't make the Pro Bowl, we better have some kind of an investigation.
On second down, Farrell completes it, and it's very close to the first down. Rob Awalt, the tight end, covered again by Eugene Lockhart. And it will depend on where they mark it, and it is enough for a first down.
That was a good call on the part of Hogeboom because he went on a quick count. There was no rhythm, no nothing. He got his hands under the center and went right back in the pocket and threw the ball before the defense of the Dallas Cowboys got a chance to get set. And as a result, he got no rush and got the ball to the tight end.
Dallas has not been able to stop Phoenix. The 6th play of the drive. They stop him this time, however, as Earl Farrell is stopped by Jim Jeffco. Virtually no gain, maybe a gain of a yard. So it'll be second down and 9.
Okay, here we see the defensive line of the Cowboys. The important thing is they get off the ball aggressively. They try to make things happen, try to make the offensive team react very quickly. They got good penetration that time. Jeffcoat, number 77, on the outside, really got the initial tackle on the play.
Second down and 8. Fake and a bootleg. Hogeboom got away from Tolbert and picked up some good yardage into Dallas territory. Finally stopped by Hamill and Willie Broughton.
Tolbert really did a great job, the defensive left end here, 92. He's trying to get that defensive end to break containment and get in the inside, but watch what happens. He takes a look inside and then comes right back outside. Right about the time Hogaboom is trying to make the throw downfield, he can't do it, decides to take off and run. But Tolbert really did a good job of reacting on the play. Tony Tolbert.
Hogaboom, however, gains 7, so it's 3rd down and 1. Earl Farrell may not have made it. Again, Dallas with very good penetration along the front line. Ray Horton and Gene Lockhart. And it appears that they're going to measure.